Hey guys, I got about 7 minutes or 10 minutes. You know, now that I've kind of finally got off my chest and admitted that I'm a fan of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic to the family and friends that may or may have not known. I mean, my sisters may have known, but they didn't really say anything until I guess they were hoping I would say something. When you finally admit something, you're going to get people heckling you about it. And, they don't mean any harm by it. They probably understand, especially when you have people backing you up and saying, hey, there are people out there that do like this. They still might find it weird, but they'll kind of tease you about it, kind of heckle you about it a little bit, but then kind of let it die down because they're like, once they look up because for me, when I finally admitted it, I did one thing I think a lot of people should do. I put the link for the streaming, for the Netflix streaming of Brony, a documentary, as well as I put the Wikipedia on another documentary as well, so that they can get a better idea of exactly what's going on. Now, one thing though that really made me a fan was the intrigue that the fan base had, because one of the things that some people may feel is kind of like weird or kind of unusual is when the fan base, the adult fan base, starts overanalyzing certain things. I remember, because I can recall watching one of Firebrand's videos, Josh Corser's videos on FOB Estria YouTube channel, and the video he did was basically, and even Silver Quill came and helped him out with this because I think that was a follow-up that they were part of, was the whole thing about Cadance and Shining Armor's daughter. Now, the Crystalline, which is the season 6 premiere, I really got a kick out of some moments, especially Shining Armor. I mean, the fact that he didn't get sleep, he along with Cadance haven't got sleep for weeks, or for since the baby was born. It's kind of funny, especially the way he reacts off handle about certain, goes off the handle about certain things and stuff. But the one thing that really I think got to, I think the one thing that really got to Firebrand Josh Scorcher, I think the one thing that got to him was what I'm saying is that one of the things that Josh Scorcher talked about in his little thing, in his video, and then his collab video with Silver Quill, was Flurry Heart. And Flurry Heart, and this is even acknowledged by the characters, mostly Twilight, in the episode, and the reaction by the characters, is Flurry Heart is a born right off the bat into the world right off the bat, full-fledged alicorn. And this kind of, I guess in a sense kind of jumped the shark in the eyes of a lot of fans, because it's like, wait a minute, the characters acknowledge this, the fans are acknowledge this, what the bink's going on, and I think honestly we haven't got much answers really to why Cadance and Shining Armor's baby was born as an alicorn. Some may say, well, the answer's right in front of you. Cadance is an alicorn. Maybe that's what it is. She's an alicorn, thus she gave birth to an alicorn. It could happen. And that's true. That could be true. That could be an answer. But I look at it this way. We haven't got much answers yet about it, but I think in time we're going to get some answers. And what I mean by getting some answers, hold on for a sec. Got about 3 minutes. 3 to 13. What I mean is we'll probably get some answers in the future is the fact that, just because we don't have no answers right now doesn't mean we ain't going to get them in the long term. And what I mean in the long term is the fact that I've got a feeling as we go into season 8 and it having continuity to the movie, which a lot of people pretty much speculate is a done deal, and the possibility that we could find out more here in season 7, because season 7 is going on hiatus until other episodes are fully completed, needed, and ready to be broadcast. I think in between the rest of season 7 and throughout season 8 and the possibility of a season 9 and 10, that in between these next season and a half, or the rest of the later half of this season and all of season 8 and the possibility of season 9 and 10, I look at the fact that we're going to get an answer sooner than later. And I think that answer is going to be she is connected to StarSwirl. And you might say, well, wait a minute, how is Flurry Heart connected to StarSwirl? That doesn't make sense. Think about everything that's going on, or that has happened, okay? Starlight has powers that, in magic, she shouldn't really be capable of doing at times. Sunburst, everybody speculates, could he be a descendant, or could he be a descendant of, StarSwirl? Could he be StarSwirl himself? Just the fact that he wiped his memory of being said individual. I mean, the speculation could go on. It's like, why was Celestia the one that chose Twilight to be her pupil, her student, that would succeed and go on to be a princess, the Princess of Friendship? To me, I think StarSwirl has something to do with this. Why do I say that? Because even though StarSwirl may not be seen physically or acknowledged physically, it may not be seen physically, doesn't mean that in some spiritual kind of way, kind of crazy, some kind of spiritual, magical entity kind of way, it doesn't mean he's still not around. I mean, think about it this way. Some people say that, Celestia, some people speculate that Celestia could be on the verge of, is not as powerful as she used to be. And she could be on the verge of passing the torch down to like Luna or to Twilight. And, everybody would want to know, why would that be the case? Why is she not as strong anymore as she used to be? Is she ready to pass, her magic, or what's left of her magic and leadership, to any one of the 3 other princesses or 4 princesses? And the speculation for a lot of people would be that maybe StarSwirl has something to do with that, and that maybe he's getting her ready to ascend to that higher platform that he's at. It's a possibility, folks. It is a possibility. But we can't really say. I can't really say. But I'm just speculating, because even though Cadence and Shining Armor's baby was born last season, she did make an appearance in this season. So she's just still as mischievous and powerful as before. But here's the thing. When you think about it, we should have gotten an explanation as to why this happened. I mean, you even have Luna and Celestia acknowledge that her birth is something that nobody, not even they, have ever seen. Even though people have speculated and have been told, oh, they were born alicorns as well. Were they? Or were they on the same level as Twilight and Starlight? In Cadence, or Twilight and Cadence. Were they unicorns and then they became alicorns because StarSwirl chose them to be. Because remember, they were given these duties to raise the sun, raise the moon by StarSwirl. These royal occupations, to be princesses, leaders of this world. So you gotta wonder if StarSwirl has something to do with the birth of Flurry Heart the way she was. Maybe he's the, because you got to take in the fact that okay, they're in the Crystal Kingdom. Is the Crystal Kingdom have anything to do with the birth? And then maybe StarSwirl kind of added to that magic and thus allowed the baby to be born the way she was. You see, there's a lot of questions that people want answered, fans want answered. And my speculation is StarSwirl, in the end, when it's all said and done, is going to be the answer to a lot of it. I really think so. I really think he's going to be the answer to a lot of the questions fans want to know. And whether we find out those answers in the rest of Season 7 or in Season 8, or even if it goes beyond Season 8 and we get a Season 9 and 10, I've got a feeling as the show progresses, we're going to get those answers sooner or later. So my honest opinion is I think StarSwirl has something to do with certain events happening in the show, if not in the comics, if those connect in some way. And that's really all I'm going to say. Let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. Do you think StarSwirl has something to do with what's been going on in certain events in the show and in the comic? Let me know down below. Comment if you like. I'm about to head back to work. Peace out. God bless. But that's just my opinion. Just my opinion on why I think StarSwirl as a spiritual entity or something, essence, has something to do with what's going on. Has something to do with certain events that's been happening and are going to happen in the world of Friendship is Magic and in the world of Equestria. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll talk to you later. And give me your opinions. What do you think? Peace out.